Oh, hello everybody. Hi, how are you? Are you having a wonderful day today? Good, me too. It's been so sunny and fun today. I've been outside all day long, so I'm so glad you all took the time to join me today. Well, I have a very special book that I've been reading, and I've been reading it to all of my special mice friends because this story is actually about them. So I thought maybe we could read this story together, and then maybe we could do a craft inspired by the story. Would you like that? Well, I'd love to know who of my wonderful friends are here today. So if you want to comment and let me know that you're here, I can say hello to you. Or if you have any questions, let me know and I'd be happy to answer them for you as well. Well, I have this wonderful story about a very dear friend of mine that I don't think any of you has met yet. So I think we'll have some fun reading about her. Are you ready? Are you cozy? Perfect. Oh, hi, Jenny. My mice friends are doing very well. They've had a very fun day today in the palace gardens, and we're actually going to read a story about them. How exciting. All right, here we go. So Cinderella, Gus yelled, running into Cinderella's room. There's a new mouse in the barn. Her name is Greta. Can she stay with us? Do you think she can stay in the palace? We'll read and find out. Cinderella smiled at her mouse friend. Of course, she said. There's always room for one more. Cinderella loved her mouse friends. She had rescued them from her stepmother's cat. Do you remember what the cat's name is? It was Lucifer, right? Well, she saved the mice from Lucifer before she met the prince. Now, they lived with her in the palace. Cinderella and the mice got to work. They wanted to make their new friend feel right at home. The mice built a tiny bed for Greta and stuffed a mouse-sized mattress with dandelion fluff. I bet that's very comfortable for a little mouse. What do you think? Do you have dandelions in your yard? I do too. We saved them just for the mice. Well, so they stuffed the mattress with dandelion fluff from the palace lawn. Meanwhile, Cinderella sewed Greta some new clothes, and Gus made a nightstand out of a spool of thread. Do you see that? Oh, how cozy is that? Greta will sleep like a baby mouse, Gus said, placing a small vase of flowers on her nightstand. Gus is so sweet. He is one of my best friends, and it's so fun to watch him meet some new friends. Oh, well, Gus couldn't wait to introduce his new friend to Cinderella. Greta, Gus cried, this is Cinderella. The princess knelt to shake Greta's tiny paw. Can you shake a tiny paw? Good job, everybody. Well, you're very welcome here, the princess said. You must be hungry. Ooh, are all of you hungry? Rub your tummy like you're hungry. That's what Greta did. She was hungry too. Cinderella smiled at her new mouse friend. Well, why don't we get you dressed, and then we'll have a nice filling supper. What do you think mice like to eat? If you were going to make a beautiful feast for mice, what would you do? Jenny, what did you eat for dinner? Maybe the mice might like that. Well, while the mice had been making Greta's bed, Cinderella's bird friends had prepared a huge welcome feast. There was a baby lettuce salad, grilled cheese soup with toast corners, yum, and every kind of nut the palace had. Look at all that yummy food for Greta. Oh, how wonderful. Greta happily dug into the food while the mice asked her all sorts of questions. Soon, Gus noticed Greta's eyelids drooping. Uh-oh, I think she might be sleepy. Taking her by the paw, he showed her to her new bed. Oh, Greta said, clapping in delight. Such a snug bed. Thank you, thank you. Greta climbed into her bed and was soon fast asleep, snoring softly into her dandelion pillow. I kind of wish I had a dandelion pillow. That sounds so delightful, doesn't it? Well, later that night, a shadowy figure marched down the path of the royal garden. Halt, said one of the watchmen. That's him. Who goes there? The guard knelt down and peered into the shadowy lane. Why, it's one of the princess's mice friends. Uh-oh, what's Greta doing in the garden late at night? We better find out. Greta rubbed her eyes and looked around. Where am I? She said, confused. The guard smiled and told Greta that she was in the garden. And then he walked her back to the palace. Oh, poor Greta. Have you ever sleepwalked before? It's a little disorienting, isn't it? Disorienting is another word for confused, if you didn't know. Well, the next morning, Greta told her new friends all about her nighttime adventure. It was so strange, she said. One minute, I'm all cozy and snug in bed, having the nicest dream. And then what happened? Jack asked. I woke up in the garden, Greta exclaimed, in my nightgown with no idea how I'd gotten there. The mice gasped. Can you all gasp? Oh my goodness, good job. I've never sleepwalked before. Not ever, Greta said, taking a bite of a blueberry. There she goes, biting the blueberry. Everyone agreed that Greta's sleepwalking was likely a one-time thing. She was probably just getting used to her new bed. I'm sure it won't happen again, Greta agreed cheerfully. That night, Greta went to bed. Oh, there she is, confident that she'd stay put until morning. A few hours later, though, she woke up at the palace gates with no memory of how she got there. Then, the night after that, she marched right through the gates and into the street. Oh my goodness, Greta. Rats, Greta said, as a kind villager walked her back to the palace. Oh my goodness, what do you think we're going to do about her sleepwalking? She's leaving the palace grounds. That can't be very safe. Oh my goodness, well, we better read and find out. Over the next few days, Cinderella and her mouse friends did everything they could to help Greta. Jack tried giving her a glass of warm milk right before bed. Always helps me sleep tight, he said. But that night, Greta woke up in the middle of the village. Gus tried putting noisy crumpled paper around Greta's bed, but she marched right through it without blinking an eye. What are they gonna do? Well, one night, Greta picked the lock and waltzed right out of the palace without even waking up. I didn't even know I could pick locks, Greta said. You learn something new every day. Or every night, Gus agreed. Oh my goodness, how scary for her. She's just a tiny little mouse. No matter how hard Cinderella and her friends tried to keep Greta inside the palace, nothing worked. Every night she woke up further and further away. Finally, very early one morning, Greta woke up with sore feet in a village she didn't even recognize. Where do you think she went? Oh my goodness, she couldn't even see it on the horizon. Where am I? The little mouse wondered out loud as she walked the streets. The town she'd sleepwalked into was tiny and quiet. Everyone was still asleep. Suddenly, Greta stopped. The most glorious smell was wafting out of a shop. Now, what kind of glorious smell do you think a mouse would really like? Maybe flowers? No? Let's think. The smell of rain? Oh, that wouldn't be coming from a shop, would it? Let's think. I think I know. Let's read and find out. Oh, Jenny, I think you might be right. A cheese shop. You were right, Jenny. Greta exclaimed. The glorious smell that practically had her floating closer to the door was cheese. But not just any cheese. I've never smelled a cheese like that, Greta murmured. It was stinky and rich, and she was sure it would taste amazing. Do all of you at home like cheese? Me too, my mice friends especially. We have to keep a very special portion of the palace kitchens just for all of the cheese for my mice friends. They love it so much. We do macaroni and cheese for them. It's their favorite. Well, Greta raced all the way back to the palace. I've solved the mystery, she said, bursting through the door. Greta explained that her latest adventure to her friends. My nose has been leading me to that cheese shop every night, she said. It just took me a while to get there. How crazy is that? Everyone was so curious about the amazing cheese. What could smell so wonderful that it made Greta sleepwalk all the way to the next village? So, shortly after breakfast, Cinderella summoned the royal coach. Soon, she and her mouse friends were on their way to the countryside. There it is, Greta squeaked, pointing to the shop. The coach pulled to a stop, and the friends climbed out. The humble cheese shop owner was very surprised to find himself with none other than the royal princess and a handful of mice as his first customers of the day. They found the shop. How exciting is that? Oh my goodness. Do you think they're going to try the cheese? Maybe we can all imagine together that we're trying the cheese with them. Would you like that? Narella, hello. We're reading about a wonderful new mouse friend, and they're about to try a new cheese shop in the village. Well, it only took Greta a few seconds of sniffing around to identify the stinky cheese she had been sleepwalking towards. It's this one, she said. The shop owner happily gave Greta a sample. Oh, it's glorious, Greta said. Can you imagine how yummy that is? It's like a sunrise and a sunset and smelly feet all rolled into one. I don't know if I'd like that. Smelly feet and sunshine? I'm not quite sure what that would taste like, but apparently to a mouse friend, it's amazing. They sure are silly, aren't they? Well, Cinderella was glad that her new friend found something she enjoyed so much. With a wink at the shop owner, she bought the entire wheel of cheese for her little friend. Remember I told you before we have that whole storage room in the palace just for the cheese for the mice? Well, we're going to add that wheel to it, just for our friend Greta. That night, Greta had a wonderful bedtime snack. Several tiny crackers smeared with her new favorite cheese. Yum, she said. That really hit the spot. Then, with her tummy full, she snuggled into bed where she stayed all night. The end. Look at her. She's all cozy in bed with the stinky cheese. Oh, I just love that story so much. It's so fun to read about all of my wonderful friends and to share with you some of our adventures together. Well, one of my favorite things about making new mice friends and bird friends is I get to make them some beautiful clothes and furniture and just things to make them feel at home, because the palace is their home and I love to have them live with me. So I thought maybe I could teach you all how to make a little something for your animal friends at home. Now, some of you might have pets. Do any of you watching have pets? Maybe a dog or a cat, or maybe you have a bunny or a hamster, anything. If you don't have a pet at home, that's okay too, because I bet what you do have, I've got one right here. Jenny, you have 3 dogs and 5 cats. That sounds so magical. How fun. I bet they're all wonderful friends, aren't they? Well, if you don't have 3 dogs and 5 cats like Jenny, you might have a little stuffed animal friend. This one's name is Peter, and he's named after my dear friend Peter Cottontail that we read some books from earlier. Well, this Peter the bunny, and you know, Peter the bunny doesn't have any clothes yet, so I thought we could make a little hat for Peter together. What do you think? Hello. Well, Peter is a very royal stuffed bunny, so I think we should start off with making him a crown. What do you think? I love crowns. Perfect. Well, we'll put Peter back over here so he's safe from all the craft stuff. But all you're going to need is some paper and some scissors. Make sure you have an adult help you with these if you can't on your own. So you get your paper, your scissors, and then any drawing things that you might like. Personally, I like crayons, but you can use markers or paint if you want to. Just be careful that the paint is dry before you put the crown on your little friend. We don't want to get them dirty, do we? Perfect. Ooh, and I also have a little bit of glitter. Because what is a craft time without glitter, right? Well, perfect. We'll start off. We'll cut our paper into a strip like this. Now, I measured this out to fit perfectly on Peter's head. And I can show you how I know that. So here's Peter on my lap. And here's my paper. And all I did is I just folded it around in a circle like this and made sure it fit on his head. Look at that. How cute is that? Well, with it put together like this, it's a little hard to make it really cute. So I like glitter too, Anessa. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave it flat, and then we'll do the grand finale and fold it into the crown when we're done. Okay? Perfect. So get your paper, and I think for our crown, I think I want to make something either more kind of a rounded edge or more of a spiky edge. Which one do you think? Should we do a zigzag at the top or more a rolling curve? I think I need your help on this one. What do you think? I think I'm going to draw that line, though, in blue because I like this blue. It matches my dress. All right, let's think here. So curvy line or spiky line? I think spiky line. Let's do that. So I'm going to take my paper and take my crayon. Let's see if I can do it this way. Oh, I know. We'll take our book so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to take it like this, and then I'm just going to draw boop, 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 this spiky line to make the crown. And it might be a little confusing of, wait a second, what does that even mean? What is that going to be? Just wait, you'll find out. So we've got our pretty blue line here, and then I'm just going to cut along that spiky line. And then that will be the shape of our crown. Isn't that exciting? Now, If you can't do scissors on your own, that's totally okay. All you need to do is just grab a grown-up to help you, and they'll make sure you stay safe, because that's the most important thing of all. We want everyone safe and sound. So see, I'm just cutting along this line. There we go. And 1, 2, 3. And look at that. We have a perfect little crown shape. Now remember, it's flat right now, but we'll do a big reveal when we make it 3D. Oh, but look how cute it is already. Perfect. Well, I think right now our crown is kind of plain, and I think Peter needs a little bit more sparkle than this. But before we do the glitter, I think we should draw some colors on it. So I need to know what's everyone's favorite colors so I can color our crown for our little bunny friend. Maybe, well, I already told you my favorite color is blue, and we've got some blue on there, but maybe your favorite color is, oh, we'll get to the bling. Don't worry, Jenny. Well, I can do a little bit more blue while you guys think about your favorite color. What color do you think we should do on the crown? Ooh, good idea. Pink and purple and blue. Jenny, I love that. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my book again, and I'm gonna do a couple more lines here of the blue. Just gonna draw whatever I want to, because you know what? This is our creation for our friend Peter, or your friends at home. So whatever you think makes you happy, I want you to get really creative. So that's our blue, and here's some pink. I know a lot of you's favorite color is pink. And should I draw pink hearts, or maybe some pink sparkles, or pink flowers? What do you think Peter would like? I can draw whatever you'd like me to. Maybe I'll start with some pink hearts and you think about it. Oh, perfect. Pink hearts. So here we go. There's a little heart. And let's do a big one right here and color it in. Perfect. And there's our little hearts. So we've got pink hearts on here. And I think we said we wanted to do some purple too. So what should I do in purple? Maybe some purple gems or purple flowers. I think the flowers might be fun. Here's our purple. So we'll do some purple flowers. Look how cute it is. Oh my goodness, I think Peter's gonna love this. What do you think? Oh, and I'd just love if all of you at home could make some little crowns for all of your little animal friends. We could have a whole royal court of all of our little animal friends. And if you want to send us pictures of the creations that you make, I'd love to see your creativity, because I know all of you at home are so creative. You're so wonderful, and that's why I love you. Perfect. Well, I'm pretty happy with how this looks. What do you think? I think it's time for part 2, which is, you guessed it, the glitter. Perfect. So we have our colors, we have our hearts and flowers and little blue lines. So now I have some glue in this cute little squeezy bottle, and I think I'll just do some cool little swirlies in between all these little drawings we made. Can you kind of see that a little bit? Perfect. So these little swirlies are just gonna go all around. And you know what? The fun thing about this is you can't mess it up. This is your creation. So whatever it turns out to be, your little animal friend is going to love it. So we have all our glue on here, and now time for my favorite part. And Prince Charming might get a little upset with me because I'm gonna make a big mess. But that's the fun part about crafting, right? Okay, so here comes the glitter. Oh my goodness, it's getting everywhere. I love it so much. All right, so I just poured all the glitter on all of that glue that we just placed. Now I'm gonna shake it off over here. And look at it now, it's so sparkly. I love it. I am so happy with how this turned out. But you know what? I have a special surprise for all of you that I don't think you even know that I had. Are you ready for it? Well, our glue is still wet. I have some sparkle gems. Ah! The more glitter and sparkles, the better. Peter needs the absolute best crown. So I'm just gonna take one of these little gems here. I'm gonna stick it on top of that glitter glue that we just put down. And look at that. That is a royal crown for sure. So do you think I should add a couple more? What do you think? Maybe just a few? Okay, I will. So there's another one. And I think maybe 2 more, 3 more. Let's see here. Perfect. Look how cute it is. Oh my goodness, our friend Peter is gonna be so happy with this beautiful crown that we've made for him. Perfect. Well, I think we're ready. Are we ready to show Peter his crown? No, we're not. Oh my goodness. It's still flat, isn't it? I told you there'd be a magic trick at the end. So ready? We are just gonna take this around, fold it around like that. Oh my goodness, look how cute it is. And then I just have a little strip of tape here, and I am just gonna tape it down. And oh my goodness, look at what we made together. It's a little crown for our friend. And see how easy that was to make? So magical. I love collaborating with all of you. How much fun is that? Well, I think Peter's ready for the big reveal. Are you ready at home? I know I am. Well, here we go, Peter. So here's our little bunny friend. And now I dub thee Sir Peter of the Royal Palace. Here you go. Oh my goodness. Look at him. He looks so good, doesn't he? I think everyone should tell Peter how wonderful he looks in this beautiful crown that we made for him. Oh my goodness, he's so happy. Look at him. Oh, so much fun. And you can make these for your pets at home or any of your wonderful stuffed animals, whoever's your favorite. Do you have a favorite stuffed animal at home? Maybe it's a teddy bear. What's your favorite? Or maybe it's a stuffed unicorn. I have a friend who has a stuffed unicorn, and it's my favorite stuffed animal, besides Peter, of course. Wow. I just love to see whatever creations you make at home for any of your friends. So please share with us any of the pictures of a little craft that you make. I'd love to see your creativity. I've been so proud of all of you for being so brave and so kind while you're there at home. You are just doing wonderful things. I'm so proud of you, and I'm so inspired by you too. So you keep shining. You keep being the wonderful princess and princesses out there that I know you are. And I want to encourage all of you that you can have your own magic powers. Did you know that? The fairy godmother let me in on a little secret. Your magic comes from making other people's days better. I know you can. Oh, Narella, hello. Your favorite animal is a horse? Oh, that makes my day. And Jenny, you have a teddy bear, and Olaf. I love Olaf too. Oh, I bet that's so wonderful. I bet you could make maybe a cute little hat for Olaf And maybe if you have a stuffed horse, Cinderella, that would be really cool too. Well, anyway, your magic power is making someone else's day better. And you can do that with the power of kindness. So I encourage you to find a good deed to do today, to do something kind for someone else. Maybe you can clean up your toys without anyone asking you. I bet your parents would love that. I know you can do it. I believe in you. Oh, well, I've had so much fun reading stories and crafting with all of you today. It's just been delightful to meet all these new friends. I'm so glad you took the time. And if you wanted to, you can actually talk to any of me or my princess or superhero friends. So if you could just go to theprincesspartycompany.com, you can actually talk to any of us and we can read more stories or maybe play some games. I just love to see all of you again, and I love you all so, so much. Now don't forget to have a beautiful day, to have courage, and be kind. I love you. Goodbye.